Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly. This is primarily a drone show. We'll be sharing adventures from all over the world. We hope to have interesting guests every week, and we're glad that you tuned in tonight. We'll be flying different drones in different locations. We encourage viewer participation in the chat. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. Every week we'll have another interesting guest. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll be sharing various adventures by our guests as well as myself. And thank you for joining us tonight. Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly Live. It's Monday night. Another week has passed. But I tell you, this past weekend was a washout here. We were lucky with the storm that came through. I didn't have any damage, a couple of limbs down, but I couldn't fly. And that was a little depressing. But, I had got a flight in, before the storm came, and I'm planning on doing another flight on Friday. So I'm good. And I hope you all are doing well tonight. I want to say thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. It really means a lot to me. But I have an awesome guest, and you guys who saw the Facebook post and the promo know that it's the one and only Mark Fisher, the man, the myth, the legend, and he's in the back room. He's enjoying the shrimp and the lobster. I even put some steak back there tonight. So, so we'll be bringing him in shortly. But he's always a pleasure to have on the live stream. Very knowledgeable about drones and very entertaining. And he was the hero of the first South Florida drone meetup. And we'll talk about all this stuff. But anyway, I got to welcome in everybody. And John, Connecticut Pirate, he was number one. He came in real early. And Joe, Jaybird Drone, he was right behind him at number 2. And Angel, the drone guy, 42, was number 3. And I tell you, Jackrabbit, Scotty is getting ready to go to Italy. He's boarding a jet to go to Italy, and he stopped in to say hello. So let's wish Scotty a great vacation to Italy. I know he's going to have a great time there. So safe travel, Scotty. And Joe Forleo stopped in to say hello. So how you doing, Joe? He had to get out. I guess he's doing things. But thank you, Joe, for stopping in just to say hello. It means a lot. And Warren's watching tonight. And we got Max Air watching. How you doing, Max? Good to see you. And I'm going up the list, and I saw John Olson, my fellow Long Islander. He's watching, and that's who I'm planning on flying with Friday. We're gonna go, and I'm gonna share my secret spot. Actually, it's really not my secret spot, but I flew it last week. It's these sunken shipwrecks, I should say, that I flew last week at sunrise, and I'm going back to fly them at sunset. So John's going to come along with me, hopefully, if everything goes well. And good to see John tonight in the chat. And Brian, Waypoint New England's watching. How you doing, Brian? Good to see you. And Dusty, East Coast Thrills. And John, Flying Flynn Media. How you doing? And I'm going up the list. Jerry Bowers in the house. How you doing, Jerry? And we got this drone superstar, celebrity, DeMarco, FSU, grad 03. How you doing, DeMarco? Good to see you. And Jose Mendez, another superstar. How you doing? Good to see you. And Paul Brown. I hope you're feeling better, Paul. We missed you last night. I didn't know what I was going to do around 8 o'clock. But anyway, hopefully you're feeling better and you'll be back on the air next Sunday. So thank you for watching the show tonight. And then we got Gary, number 6 on the South Florida drone meetup list. Gary's watching up in Canada. He's coming back to the South Florida drone meetup next year, and he wanted number 6, so he's number 6. And then I dropped down to number 7. So, but anyway, good to see Gary, and he's coming with Jim Beauchart. He'll be coming back, and it was nice to see those two guys from Canada coming to fly with us at the South Florida drone meetup, and we'll talk about that a little later too. But anyway, let me just welcome in a few more people because I don't want to leave Mark in the back room too long. He's starting to make faces at me, and we got Captain Joe in the house tonight. He had a mini meetup with Johnny and Kenny and Matt, and it was good to see that they were flying down there at their secret spot down in Louisiana. But anyway, Bob Casey's in the house. How you doing, Bob? Good to see you. And oh, Scotty's still in. So how you doing, Scott? I guess you didn't take off yet, or your flight's delayed. But anyway, you have a safe trip, safe flight. Okay. And we got Sean. Oh my God, look at this, Mr. Crowley and his drone. How you doing? Good to see you. He's watching from Massachusetts. Yeah, he's up in Massachusetts. So, but anyway, Sergeant Rock is watching tonight. I'm telling you, you guys really, really, you're what makes the show successful. Really, it ain't me. The guests have a lot to do with it. I try to always get awesome guests to be on, but it's you guys that watch the show and put your comments in the chat that means so much. So can keep, and if you have any questions for Mark, don't be afraid to ask, because he's very knowledgeable and he loves to share his knowledge. So, but anyway, I don't want to leave him in the back room too long. I really want you all to give Mark Fisher. He's also known as EM Drone One, and he's the owner of Vision Media Productions. A warm welcome, um, because he's a busy guy. I'm telling you, um, he really is, and he's ducking down, or he passed out, or he's sleeping. I don't know what's going on, but he was just there, and all of a sudden, oh, maybe he had too much to drink.
You should have never left the. I ate all the food and drank all the liquor, and um whatever you do, don't fly and drive, drink and drive, fly and drinking. This whatever you do, don't do what I do.
I'll tell you, you never know what to expect with you, Mark. But welcome, welcome. Good to see you,
Hey,
my
what's
friend.
going on, Captain Ray?
No, not too
What's going
much, you
on,
know.
all you people out there in YouTube and StreamYard and yeah, what's happening, man?
I know you're busy. You know, you're very, very busy. You know, and I was so glad that you made time to be on the show tonight.
So let me speak on that. You know, uh, who wouldn't want to be on your show?
Well,
Captain Ray. I mean, this you can't find anything to not like about this guy. He's such a genuine guy. First and foremost, let me say this. Thank you for your service to the community that you policed, because that's important. Okay, first and foremost, the years of dedication in the job, on the job, and I know they say on the job, and not only that, I gotta thank you even more that I got this bracelet right here, right? Like, what I do, right, is like if I'm trying to get to a job and I'm like, I was speeding a little bit and I get pulled over, all I do now is I just hang my arm out the window and
well, I'm glad you're still wearing that bracelet. I told you once I give it you, you
absolutely.
weren't allowed to take it off, and you
So,
still have it on.
like I
So that's
said,
great. But thank you. It's
it's a
not
pleasure
about
to be
me.
on your show.
Not about me, but thank you. I appreciate those kind words, Mark. It's all about you. I really mean it. I don't say it as a joke. You're the myth, the man, the myth, the legend. I've said that since I started to get to know you. You are just so incredibly knowledgeable, and you love to share it. And you welcome me into that Rhode Island Drone Meetup group, and I really
Yeah, which I'm
appreciated
not a part of anymore. But anyways, I kind of stepped out on a lot of, well, every single drone group. And I actually just realized, I think it was yesterday, that I was in one more. Somebody was trying to keep me in, so I kind of signed out of it. But that's personal stuff. I mean, nothing. See, what people want to think. Well, why did they leave all the groups on? And if, maybe there's nobody out there that doesn't even care. You know what I mean? But there's
We
there's
miss you.
there's there's reasons, and then there's other reasons where I got busy, and sometimes it becomes a distraction when you're a part of something, and you just gotta like call it sabbaticals, call it like I need to focus on what I need to focus on. You know what I mean? And sometimes listen, and this could be for a lot of people, and then it can affect a lot of people. And if you're in a group, let me just say this: if you're in a group, if you're in these drone groups, and you're going and you're swiping through and you're looking at people's stuff, don't just swipe through.
Leave
You
a
know,
comment.
leave a comment, say like. Don't talk about the other guy that doesn't like your stuff if you're not doing it, right? Now, if you're doing that and nobody's liking your stuff and whatever, okay, I can understand. But it gets to people's hearts. This is how people people get offended by it. You know what I mean? People
Oh yeah.
want to be lifted up. And that's what social media is all about now. Now, I didn't get out because I wasn't getting likes. I got out because if you're in a group that got 3,000, 10,000, or whatever, and you get 2 likes, that's a little bit, you know what I mean? That's a little bit like, why am I here then? So instead of getting out of one group, I just get out of all the groups.
Well, I'm glad you made time for us on Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly Live,
And I
boss. We,
always
we
will
miss you.
because
Just so that you know, we miss you.
it's real. It's real. Let me tell you guys, it's real. I'm
But
telling you,
listen, we got
you,
a question
Johnny,
already. We got a question
do
already
ya?
from Paul Brown, Wedgenby. He's got a
Yeah.
question. Being both a drone pilot and a skilled photographer with the handheld camera, can you describe how they complement each other in your work as a 107 operator? That's a good question, Paul.
So I don't look at I don't look at all these tools as just separate. Okay, they're all one. It's just different perspective. So all right. So for instance, this rig back here, I've been building this rig. I'm gonna run back
Yeah, yeah,
again.
yeah.
So
No, no, that's
I've been
good.
building this rig over some time, and it's done. And so tonight I will purchase another. Well, I have another camera, but tonight I'm going to be purchasing a pretty expensive camera tonight.
Really?
It's over 7 grand just
Oh,
for the box.
wow.
But
Well,
this
it's quite the setup. It really is. I remember when you showed up to the first South Florida drone meetup.
yeah, and
I
I
said,
had the
"Man, this guy's look at him. Look at him. He come in and you had it on a shoulder
a
gimbal or
gimbal.
a
Yeah,
body gimbal,
yeah,
and
body.
I
So
was very impressed."
this also goes with like, so this can sit on that tripod. This can
Hmm.
also sit on a bodysuit that can hang over my head that keeps the weight off. This is pretty heavy. So this also goes on another bodysuit that I
Okay.
can have an arm to. Um, then that keeps it gimbalized because this is too heavy to be on pretty much any gimbal right now. But yeah, you got
That,
the
that is a fancy, fancy professional setup right there.
cinematic.
Very,
So
very
yeah,
nice.
so I built this one, and then I'll purchase another camera tonight, and then I'll start to build around that one. That one's a really cinematic. The one I'm going to be purchasing is very cinematic. I mean, it's an amazing camera. It's a Sony FX6. There's
Okay.
another step up from that, the FX9, but that's $12,000. Not in
I
my league
I
right
had
now.
a FX1 way back in the day.
Yeah, there you go. It was a cinema camera. So the thing is with this so I started off flying drones, right?
Hmm.
Uh, some years ago, nine, 10 years ago, right? And
Hey, good.
um, and I realized that I didn't want to. Um, I realized that I couldn't understand the camera while a drone's flying, right? So why not understand the settings on a camera on the ground and then transfer it over to the drone? So that's basically. I don't know if that answers the question, but uh, I can't remember the question actually. You know what?
No, no,
Too much,
that
too
that was
much, too
yeah.
much
You were drinking back there too
passion
much.
fruit.
that
Too much
was
passion fruit.
that was quite the entrance you made, by the way.
Yeah,
You know,
I stumbled in.
but I tell
But
you,
Paul, yeah, Paul. The thing is, there's, it's all in one. Like you just you. I don't stick with just drones. I'm not like I don't like my whole you know day is surrounded around drones because sometimes I'm not going to go to work and use a drone. It's only for when it's necessary. That's it. If I'm not going to jump up with my camera and try to get that shot. Of course, the drone fills in for that perspective, right? So but
hey
anything to make
Jody,
the client happy. I don't care what it is, to tell you the truth. What's going on, drone shots? Now I
we
wish
got
I
we
knew
got a great
everybody that was
crowd
in the
watching
chat.
tonight, Mark. They must
What's
have
that?
read. Great crowd watching tonight.
Awesome,
Really, a
awesome.
lot of the regulars, but they must have known you were going to be on.
They must have known somebody was in town. The
But
clown.
anyway, you got a new job, right? Because that's what you primarily do. You're a Part 107 drone pilot, and you got
Yeah,
quite a
but
contract right now, right? You're going to do a lot of traveling.
I'm gonna do some traveling. Yes. This. So I was working at a auto body shop. It wasn't.
What happened? You hit a button. You hit a button. No audio. Not me, Eric. Uh, uh, no, I don't think it's on my end. But anyway, um, all right. Let me remove you. I'll bring you right back in. We'll try that. How's that? Nope. You go out and then come back in. Yep. I don't know what happened to his audio. I didn't hit anything on my end. But anyway, guys, if you got a question for Mark, he's very, very knowledgeable and he takes the time to explain. He does not give a one-word answer, that's for sure, you know. And but sometimes the audio issue, and we practice this and check this in the back room. So he must have hit a button. He must,
No, no.
there he
I
is.
got a.
He's back.
I don't. That no. It does that with the iPhone. If I got a
Okay.
call and I just canceled the call out,
Yep, that's
it just
right. Okay, so
knocks
you're
me.
on the iPhone. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right. Well, you're good now. You look good. You
good.
sound good.
I'm back, and like I don't. I can see that Bob Casey's in here. Johnny's in here. Johnny, another great guy. And then anybody else that I didn't say hi guys, man. I'm glad y'all made it into the show here.
Yeah, I
Mark is
know.
audio drunk.
We got Michael, Fly Zone, FPV. How you doing, Michael? Good
Hey
to see
Mike, what's
you.
going
And
on? I was not lurking, but I stopped by his show, and when I can and I see it pops up on my. Believe me, I got all you guys. Uh, um, it pops up on my YouTube, and most of the time at night I'm working. I do a lot of my editing at night, so
so
yeah,
you
you
lurk.
talk
You're a
about.
lurker. I didn't know you were a lurker.
Yeah, I'm a lurker. I like listening on the shows, and I'll just say hi, gentlemen, and sometimes I'll just let it play in the background, just
Jack got it
listening to
still.
what
Scotty's still watching. I guess his plane didn't take
Jack
off
Rabbit
yet.
still watching, and he's
Yeah.
traveling too.
All
Awesome.
right. I know. I know. I'm
Um,
telling you.
so on my new job, so I was working for this. So they're not really they're clients, right? And what some of the clients I stay. USA Drone Fly, what's going on, Captain? I have several different clients, right? But usually, like this client right now is paying me salary, so I'm there a lot. But I
Yeah.
still do other work for other clients during the day or whenever I can. But I also need to be honest too, because I'm dedicated to this one client, so I give him the time of the day, and then at night I'll work on some other people's projects, and then on weekends I'll work on other projects.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I know you're busy. You do incredible, you know, piloting and photography, and your editing is amazing. You
Uh,
are one of the best editors I know, and you gave that editing presentation at the South Florida Drone Meetup, and so many people learned a lot that day. Thank you again.
and I appreciate it, and I'm humbled by that. But you know, so this is funny because just before the show, I was speaking with a gentleman, and his name is Brian, and he's in Rhode Island Drone Meetup, and he's really good at what he does. He knows a lot about cameras, and believe me, like I don't know a lot. Believe me, I'm telling you, you may not
You're,
think
you're
my
so you're
editing,
so
whatever. There's
humble. You
there's a
really
long
are.
way to go. I haven't arrived, and I will never arrive. You know, the most important thing is staying hungry, learning
Right.
everything that you can learn. You know,
That's,
like we get a drone and we're on to the next drone before we even know it. You
right.
know,
Right.
and
No,
and
I
I had to
know. I
learn
know.
that. I'm buying a new camera tonight, but I don't know everything about that camera, and I'm already buying a new one. Well, that's because whatever.
Well,
we
you got
want
to
the
look.
next. We want the best of the next, the
You know,
next of the best.
I could tell you some stories when I had the TV show of some of the tricks and things that I used to do to try to impress clients. But
Yes.
you
So you already know.
are very very knowledgeable. People, you got a name for yourself up in New England. Maybe even nationally. I don't know, but I know up in New
Uh,
England, you are one of the best.
Well,
Really.
I appreciate that, and there's a lot. So listen, there's days where I'll be like, I don't know this, and I'll call up like some friends of mine that have like they have a real media company. It's just me. I haven't listen like I'm getting there. I'm almost there where I'm gonna be hiring, like stuff like that. Like just building, it'd be nice to have an editor that and it's so hard to find an editor
Yep.
to think like you think, right? Because you have a style of shooting, you do it this way, you do that way. And I'm just getting into understanding what it is to be a videographer and a cinematographer. You know what I mean? So there's a difference. There's a huge difference. And so, just stay hungry. And if I can give you a tip, stay hungry. Stay
That's a
learning.
good one.
Don't accept where you're at because there's much more to learn. If it's like getting out there and let me tell you something. If you're at a stop and you're saying, "Oh, this drone footage is cool," add to that. Get a camera. Get an action camera. Just add to it. So I just shot something, because I like to go out and just do a little fly for fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
and, and I'm like, I'm out at the port and there's this like uh big ship pulling out and the ship is pulling into it. It kind of like merges into it like this, and then it's a tugboat, but it goes into it and it pulls this big barge, right?
That
And
might
it's
be the
pretty
video I
crazy.
have queued up. I think I have that video queued up. You
Is it
posted it,
all?
right?
Is it like timelined and everything?
I don't know. I know there was Tug This or something it was called.
Yeah, tug
Let's
this.
see
Yeah,
if I can
tug this.
find it. Hold on a minute. Let's
Yeah,
bring
tug
that
this.
up while you're talking about it.
Yeah, and
John
so
Bonifant's in the house. How you doing, John?
hey,
Good to
John,
see
what's
you.
going on, John? I haven't talked to him in a while.
And Dre, good to see Dre. But
And
anyway, here we
so
go. I got it
and so
right
I'm like
here.
setting up my camera. I'm like, oh, I gotta get some time lapse of that. You know what I mean?
And you
Like,
were doing FPV, right? Avata
and I was
flying.
flying the FPV. Yep, I had that all ready. And
All right, you getting it over it. All right, Mark. Is it playing?
yeah, so right here is just the action too. I'm just getting some like time lapse of this thing coming out, and yeah, it was fun. And then while that was going, and I was preparing the FPV, I said, let me get that ready and I'll get that, because it's fast and fast. And then here we go. Yeah.
I thought the script video was cool. It was really, really cool. I, I mean, I love tugboats. I love any kind of boats, really.
Hey, so So that was so quick, but there was like some guys on some like jet skis, like, and they were
Yeah.
passing somebody. They were passing something to each other. I don't think it was a drug deal, but I just like the Gale goes down or something like that.
But man, you fly the Savannah like a professional. You really
No, that's
do.
the FPV drone.
Oh, this is DJI FPV?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it's not sped up.
Wow.
It's like 60 miles an hour, and I like that drone. You know, like
Yep. But this
of
is
course the
cool.
camera on it's not that great, but it's okay.
Well, the music, the soundtrack that you use in your editing is incredible. It really is.
Yeah, Atlas.
Look at this. I mean, I just love watching videos like this. I do.
Yeah, you know, if they're short and they're sweet and you're doing something that you can keep people's attention, right? I mean, I shoot this during the day, go home, come home and just put it together. You know, I don't really never stay too long.
Look at
Um,
that.
yeah, I kind of like felt a little bit.
No, but that's just cool. It is.
The,
But anyway,
the boat that I'm going around, I felt like maybe there was some. I wanted to do some cooler stuff, but I didn't want to get
nah,
too
this is
crazy.
great. This is great. All right. But anyway, no, that's great. Now you had told me when I called you one day that you were flying over the water one time and you lost one of your drones, right?
Yeah, the
What
FPV
what happened?
went
What happened?
right in
Did
the
you ever
water.
figure out what happened?
That's funny because that's like almost 3 months ago,
Right?
and DJI keeps on calling me asking me what I want to do because
Okay.
I actually put in a complaint or something, right? And I just didn't. I still haven't been able to go onto the goggles because I guess you can go in the goggles and get your flight records. So I still
Right.
haven't done that.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
DJI is asking me, you know, hey,
Yeah.
I know you lost a drone, you know, which is good. I mean, I'm probably not
They
gonna.
care. DJI cares. They do.
They do care. They
Hey
really
Ronnie,
do.
how you doing? God bless America.
They
Good to see
really
you.
do. They really do. Like, you know, I'm very impressed with DJI and you know how far they come, and you know they're just a really good drone company. And it's unfortunate that this country is treating them the way they're treating them. You know what I mean?
I know. No, I know. It's
And
sad.
you know, at the end of the day, you know, there's no other drone company that compete with them.
You're absolutely right on that. And
Nowhere,
Max
nowhere.
knows it too. Max knows that too.
Yep, Max, you better know it. And the thing is, if you're gonna put a drone into a police officer, or you know, like to a, you know, like in somebody's hands, that should be the drone to put in their hands because
Exactly.
it's reliable. You know what I mean?
Right,
And
right.
I wish I could say that for like Autel, but they didn't. They just they lost. They messed up when they got rid of Randy.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. But anyway, they were starting to do well. I was thinking that they were going to give DJI a run for the money, but
I
no,
thought there
they
was.
didn't. No.
Nobody's doing it. Nobody's gonna do it because DJI is too far ahead now.
Hey, we got Greg Pittman in the house. How you doing, Greg? Good to see
Greg
you.
Pittman, what's
Yep.
going on, my man?
But anyway, Mark, I have a little format. I do a little tip of the week.
Yep.
It's nothing real fancy or
Okay.
anything like that. This
Should I
week's
just go
tip,
back to drinking again?
yeah, you can hit the bottle
Uh,
again. But anyway, this week's tip is if your drones are RID compliant, please update them. Get them updated because that really hasn't been waived until March of 2024. If they're RID compliant now, just update them. It took me about 15, 20 minutes to do my Mavic 3. You got to put in a new serial number so you can edit it. And then all you do is click it and it puts the remote ID and it makes it active. Same thing with the Mini 3 Pro. I did the same thing with this drone. And these are all active now, so I'm good. My Air 2S is in Florida, so I'll do that when I get down to Florida. But that's this week's tip of the week. Do you have any tips for the viewers tonight, Mark?
Tips. Don't fly in the rain because it's been raining in Rhode Island for the last 3 days.
I know, I tell you. It's very depressing when it rains like this, really,
Oh, it's
for
been
days and
horrible. It's
days,
horrible.
you know.
Like
And I
just
remember
so much
Alan
rain.
over in Ireland talking about that, and it's always raining and he can't fly, you know. And I'm looking forward to Alan's videos from Ireland, but
Yeah. So
he's starting to fly again. Alan is, so that's good.
yeah. Um. Yeah. It's just I don't know. It's rained just nuts. I'm like, I mean,
We got
I
another
haven't
great
really been
editor.
flying.
He's listening. He's listening because he's stuck in traffic driving home. But that's Alex Escardo. You know, he gave
Hey, Alex.
the editing presentation at last year's South Florida Drone Meetup, and he did an excellent job. Really,
That's awesome.
he was so worried that wasn't going to be able to match your first
Hey, listen.
presentation. You know, but you
It's not about being better or this. It's just getting that information out there. That's what counts. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And it's not a competition of like when you're sharing the information that you know. I'm sure Alex knows stuff that I don't know, and I know stuff that he don't know. So it's good. It's good when you can share that with your fellow drone pilots, or like that's all it is, man. And that's what this community's been. You know, um,
I
yeah.
know
So
you're well, I'm still going to refer to it as your group, the Rhode Island Drone Meetup Group. When I first joined it, they were so active, the members, and that was a tribute to you and the other moderators and administrators of that group.
yeah,
They were so active and they would share information.
yeah.
And
And we understand that people get busy. But the thing is and that would probably be a tip. It's like, if you're in a group,
wow,
man, support that group, and support your fellow,
Johnny got 3 inches of rain, 6 inches of rain in 3 hours, by the
yeah,
way.
it's insane. It's insane.
I
Yeah,
know,
so
but
it's
no,
all up and down the East Coast.
I know. But he
It's
did get a
supposed to be
meetup
pulling
in.
out here
Johnny got a
tomorrow.
meetup in yesterday morning, so that was good. And even the mini meetups are great. I
Yeah,
know up there in Rhode Island, you get together with different drone pilots for mini meetups.
yeah, yeah. These guys, yeah, they get together. I haven't actually been really flying that much. Most of it's been from work for work, and if I do fly for work, the other day I was flying. Oh, as a matter of fact, the other day I was flying in the warehouse, and the Mavic 3 acted up.
Okay, what happened?
Oh, it just bounced off of everything it could bounce off of.
Oh, so in other words, it was the transmission wasn't getting a good transmission,
So
maybe
I don't know
because
what
it
it
was
was because I
inside
I was flying for a while,
metal
and I
roof
was
or
taking
what?
it up, and it was doing fine, and then just one time I had to do one more shot, and I'm filming this $60,000 like lift. It's a lift, and what it does is it's to pull dents and to pull like chassis of cars.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a auto body type of equipment, right? And I'm flying around the thing, right, and like to getting shots with the drone. Um, and I don't know, it just took off. I didn't
Much
even have
damage?
the controller wasn't.
Damage?
I was trying
Damage?
to like no,
No,
but
you
it
were
hit the
lucky then.
ceiling. It hit the ceiling. It hit the wall. No, it hit the floor first. It dropped. Boom. Then it hit the
Oh my
ceiling. Then
God.
it hit the wall. Then it hit the floor again, and it finally like stopped because the propellers were all gone on it. So
Yep.
I had to.
Hmm.
I'm trying to shut it down. You know how you have that kill switch? You
Yeah.
just go like this and you kill it.
Yep.
That wouldn't work, and so
But that's all you need to do is replace props.
that's all I needed to do is
Wow.
replace
Yeah,
the
you were
props, and
lucky.
I didn't have no props on me. So I came back home, and I'm like, how am I gonna get props for the next day? Because I gotta go back and shoot this thing, right? And get that final shot. And
Hey, Darren, how you doing?
fortunately enough, Cloud City Drones, which is close to me, they were open, and I called them up and I said, "Hey, do you have any props?" And they said, "Yeah, we do." I said, "All right." So $80, 80 something dollars later, I
And
went and
props.
bought props.
Nice. Yeah.
But
Good.
they're like $40 for a whole set.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, you were lucky. It wasn't worse than just props, really.
Exactly.
Hey, we got Ron Brown in the house. How you doing, Ron? And
Rob
everybody,
Brown,
don't forget
Rob
Drone
Brown,
Nation tonight
Drone
at
Nation.
9 p.m. with Ron Brown, DeMarco. He was in the chat earlier, and Marcus. They always have a
Yes,
great
Demarcus
show.
is
And
Demarcus still in
I,
here?
I know who their special guest is too, Lauren. So that's good.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be a great show. So be sure to tune in. But
Um,
anyway,
so
V
yeah,
Dub,
there
good
was
to see
nothing
you.
was wrong with it, but had there been something critically wrong with it, like the gimbal or something, I'd have been in trouble because I don't have a backup drone.
Really?
No, I'm
You
like
don't
so I'm
consider you don't have a GPS backup drone,
right.
but you could fly. You could fly that FPV like a GPS drone.
And yeah, but the footage is not going to be as nice.
Right,
The
right.
camera's not nice indoors too, like the lighting and But
Well, maybe you
so
want to go
I'm
out.
in the market for getting a backup drone. You
Now
know,
you didn't get the Air 3, right? When it was released?
I did get the Air 3 and I sent
Oh,
it back.
yeah, okay. You didn't think you needed it. Okay.
I no, I didn't like it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
I I,
I
I
don't
had one of
understand.
them in my
You
hand
can't go
today.
from you can't get the Air 2S, then go to the Air 3, and not have a 1-inch sensor. It just doesn't make no sense.
Right, right.
That
You
don't make
know,
no sense.
you know
Stay with
the
the Air 2S.
the Mini 4 Pro was released today, you know. So while I was out doing my errands, I was pretty close to a Best Buy. So I said, let me go to the Best Buy and see if they have any, you know. And sure enough, they had two of them in stock in the case and one uh, fly morph
I
combo.
want to
Two.
ask you something though, Captain Ray.
And I had it in my hand,
You
and
had it in your
I
hands.
just couldn't do it. I said, "Do I
Wait,
need
wait.
it?" I
So
said, "No,
you went in with your wallet. You didn't leave your wallet in the car?
no." I had the credit card right in my pocket,
Right in your pocket?
and then they tell you, "Oh, we got financing. You know, no interest for financing." You know,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, they'll get you.
they tried everything to get me
I
to
worked for
leave with
Best
it, but
Buy for 2 weeks.
what happened?
I worked for Best Buy for 2 weeks.
No, I never knew that.
Yeah, I wanted to know what it felt like on the other side.
Okay, yeah. Now, did you really work there or no?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I sold myself a lot of stuff.
Oh, all right. I gotcha. So
No, I
listen,
really
a
did.
lot of
I still got my Best Buy shirt upstairs.
oh, that's cool. That
Yeah,
is.
I just got the job for the shirt.
Oh, well, a lot of people do that. They just get it for the shirt or the hat,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. That's the only way you can get a Best Buy shirt.
Yeah, I
There's no
know.
other way
I
in.
know. But
So
listen,
I can actually wear that shirt and go to the store and act like I'm working. Ask somebody for the keys. I can get you that drone for cheaper. Actually, I can't do that. I can't do
oh, really? Well, I tried everything. I tried the senior citizen discount, you know. No senior citizen discount. Sorry.
that.
But anyway, we're going to show another one of your videos a little later. But right
Okay.
now, I want to show a viewer video.
All
And
right.
tonight's
Sounds
viewer
good.
video is John, Connecticut Pirate. Um,
Yeah.
he,
Connecticut Pirate. That's interesting.
he's
I always want to know why he called himself Connecticut Pirate.
all right. Well,
Is
maybe
he in the
he'll tell
chat
you
right now?
in the chat. Yeah. So,
Can
but
he explain
anyway,
that?
he's going to be my guest next week, just to
Oh,
let
so
you
do I
know.
have to wait
So
until next week?
you might have to wait until next week, but
Oh,
I'll
jeepers.
be sure to ask him that. You know. But he's a great guy. I met him while I was doing a I was checking a location that I was going to fly, and it was this memorial park, 10 minutes from my house, and he was there flying it with his Mini 3 Pro at the time, and that's how I got to know him. I introduced myself to him, and I started talking to him,
Really?
and And I said, you know, you got to start watching our live streams and become part of our group. And he did. And he's been
Oh
watching
wow.
faithfully ever since.
Yeah, I always see his name come up in Connecticut
And
Pirate. Does he
it's,
know that I'm a real pirate?
well, we could talk about that too. You know, you're going to be Captain Good, right?
Captain Good. Well, we haven't been able to kick it off
Oh, no, it's not going to
because of
happen.
the weather. No,
Oh, okay.
this Saturday, but I have to go do a grand opening up in New Hampshire.
Really? Okay. All right. All right. I found his video. Um,
Nice.
but this is a cool video. And John, thank you for letting me show it. But anyway, is it playing, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
Chasing boats in sunset.
he lives up there on the coast in Connecticut, and
DJI 3. What was that? 3 what?
he flies the Mavic 3 Thermal.
Oh,
Really?
he's got wow.
And he's got this island out there that he can fly to.
Here, look at that
Unless he's
island.
flying from his boat too, because he
I
does
wonder
have
I
a
wonder if
very nice
Gilligan
boat.
and
But this is nice, John. Very, very nice. He flies like I fly, nice and slow and relaxing. He uses the zoom like I
he's zooming
do,
in, yeah.
you know. But that's a cool little island right there. Reminds me
That
of
is a cool island. I like to get out to that island there.
Peanut Island or that other island that I fly to in Florida, Little Munyon Island.
Oh, you ain't supposed to talk about those are secrets.
I know, secret spot. Yeah. So
That's a cool island. Look at that.
I know. Very nice video.
That doesn't even
John.
look like Connecticut.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can go on that island.
Well, we got an island here. It's called Robbins Island. One guy bought it. He owns the whole 7 acres of it. You know.
Well, I live on an island myself.
What island is that?
Rhode Island.
Oh yeah, Rhode Island. Okay. But
I live on
yeah.
a road in an island. It's the road to the island.
Hey, we got Trucker Steve watching tonight. How you doing, Trucker
Trucker Steve.
Wherever you are. And Stephen Knowles, how you doing? Good to see you. But anyway, I thought this was a cool video. Nice, relaxing flight. And thank you for
Hey, I
letting me
think
show it.
that got a nice zoom on there. It zoomed right into those boats.
Yeah, I know. Very nice, John.
Good job,
Very,
John.
Very nice.
I still want to know why you call yourself a pirate.
Yeah, I know. We'll get that answer next week, I guess. I know he had said he had said he had a dinner appointment tonight. So I guess he said hello.
Is that probably why
He's not in the chat no longer.
not-
But anyway,
Oh, he's not in the chat anymore.
you know.
Okay.
So of all the drones, really, what is your favorite drone right now?
So I don't know why I found myself last night looking at Inspires. I just don't get it. But I was looking at
Mr.
Inspires
JRC,
last
how you
night.
doing?
Inspire 2, Inspire 3. The Inspire 3 it's almost $20,000. My goodness. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let me not look at that right now, you know. The Inspire 2, I was looking at the specs on the 7S, the Zemuse 7S, and it, big drone might be cool to show up with that big drone to a job, but
Too big. Too big.
too
Too
big.
loud.
It's
Too big. Too loud.
Yes, it's not gonna
Hey, we
get
got
through.
TJ, watch it. How you doing? And
I'm
Michael
not gonna
Blaze
fly
in
that
the house?
in a warehouse, that's for sure. So
Yeah.
so right now, I love the Mavic 3. I think the Mavic 3 is just a perfect drone, right? Because it's got, there you go. Look at that. Look at, beautiful. It's a beautiful drone.
I know. It really
The
is.
only thing that scares me about the Mavic 3 Pro, and I think that DJI, that was so that whole, okay, They're Chinese. They know how to make money.
Yeah.
Put it that way. And not that they're Chinese or whatever. They just know how to make money. So what they are, their ethnicity or whatever, right? Or the nationality or whatever it is. So what? They just know how to make money, right? I don't have to say Chinese, whatever. You know what I mean. But
Yeah.
anyways, that was what can I call that? A bamboozled. Because
Which
you got
one?
the Maverick
Which
3, you got the Maverick 3 Cine, you got the
classic?
Maverick 3 this, you got the Maverick Classic, you
Yeah.
got now the Maverick 3,
I
like
know.
and I'm like,
They're all like in competition with one another. But it seems
now
like
what
they're doing
scares
something
me,
right with all these releases.
so I'm talking with drone nerds because we're in talks a lot. I'm in talks with drone nerds. I got a guy that's assigned to me. They're trying to get me back to be buying more, and I told them you're
Hey,
not going to
Steve
do it because
Jones.
I'm not buying drones like I used to buy drones. So, but anyways, so I said, but I will be in the market for buying a backup drone or my lead drone, and the only thing I could think of is the Mavic 3 Pro. But that camera scares me. It's so big and so out there that, let me tell you something. We all crash at some point. You know why we crash?
Well, there's
Because we
different
don't
reasons.
literally fly ourselves. If we could fly, we would understand it, that there's things around us.
Yeah.
So we get discombobulated or we don't see something on the side of us, So we would probably crash too if we could fly. But anyways, I just don't want to crash that thing.
No, God forbid. Please. No, I would absolutely die if I
And they're
crashed
giving me a
mine.
great deal. They gave me a great deal because I was like, well, I don't want to pay that much money for some. I already have batteries. I already got the RC Pro. Can DJI just sell the drone for people like me that just want the drone and have this one as a backup? There's got to be a place for a person that just needs a backup drone, or so just sell the drone. It's not gonna. I don't see where it would cannibalize you,
Right, right.
right? You're just buying the drone because you got batteries. All right, I get an extra battery, but I don't need the remote control. I got about 100
I know.
RNs, RM1s, or RN.
I know. I
You
know.
know
That's what
those remote
happens.
the remote
Yeah.
controls that you put your phone in? I think they should just get rid of that because people should not fly with their phones because you get
No,
a call
you're
and then
right.
sometimes your
Well,
iPhone.
it's recommended you shut that off when you fly, but nobody does. Very few people do that.
No, no.
But
What is that? Airplane mode?
but since I got this
That's
one,
it.
this was
That
the answer.
that
And I
that
remember
solves
everybody
so
telling
many.
me how much better it was, and I didn't believe them because I used to fly with my Mini 5,
Yeah, right.
and it was a bigger screen and all of that. But this is
But
so much
if
better,
that
and I
got
guess the
heated
RC
up,
Pro is even better.
I, if that got heated, I thought something was wrong with my RC Pro at one point. I was doing a firehouse. I was doing a video for a fire. They were doing it's a train, not a training video, but a recruiting video for a fire department. And I had to fly with my phone because I didn't have my which one, and it was a hot day, and my screen went black, like dark. I couldn't see nothing. It's like how you can fly that? It doesn't make any sense, And DJI knows that, and they recommend
Right,
you use an
right.
iPhone. Come on now. All right,
No.
get rid of those M1 whatever RC M1s. Just come out with screens, and then Crystal Sky. That was a great.
Well, I remember that too. I never
I
had
used to
one,
have
but
I
I
used to have
remember it.
like three Crystal Skies. Like I had the 5.5 one, I had the 7 point whatever one, and then the Ultra one I had whatever. So those were great, especially when I was flying the Inspires at one time, the Inspire One Pro, with the X5 camera and whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, so I don't need that because I got the IC Pro. So just some of the but drone nerds actually they gave me a deal. They 2075 and I'll get you know, the drone, the battery, cost the extra control or whatever.
Okay. Good
Which is
deal.
not too bad. Not too bad. It's a
No,
good
that's a
deal.
good deal. Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to pay 18.
Well, yeah, everybody wants it a little better. I know. But anyway, I got to tell everybody that you're coming to the South Florida Drone Meetup
I am.
list
I
next year. You're
am.
number 53 on the list,
I'm
you
number
know?
53. I should have been number one.
Yeah, I know.
But
I
that's
know.
okay. I'll take
Michael Wright
53.
beat you to it. Michael Wright's, he wanted
Michael
to be
Wright
number
did?
one. So he's
Ask
number one
Michael
this
Wright.
year.
Is Michael Wright in the chat right now?
I didn't see his
Ask him if
name
he'll
tonight.
trade me.
He wants to trade. Yeah, I know. I know. But
Well,
anyway,
if Michael
we're
Wright
so
doesn't
glad
get,
that you're coming.
if
We
he's
are.
not the first one to get there, then he can't get number one. I'm gonna be the first one to get there
Well, we're glad you're coming this year, really.
because I'll probably be. I'm gonna be in. I'll be in the Miami area. So.
Oh, okay. You're going to coordinate a job with this, huh? Yeah, why not? That way you write the whole trip off, you know.
That's right. Have it
But
paid
listen,
for.
I have another one of your videos, and I want to show that before we run out of time. Um, and that's another.
Is
Let's
that's not the
see.
one I'm in a chicken suit trying to fly, right?
No, it's one of my favorite places up in Rhode Island,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
and you'll recognize it, I think. Now, what's going on here? It's taking time to load. What's going on? You know
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Narrate.
Roger Williams Park, my stomping grounds.
Yeah.
So this is the Avada.
That's a great place to fly right there.
It is fun, yeah.
Look at you zipping in and out of that temple.
Yeah, I hit that thing about
Temple of
40 times.
Music, right? Temple of Music?
Temple of Music.
Look at this. Look at the way you zip around.
Yeah, that's in sport mode.
Okay. Yeah. Really? All right.
Hey, well, what is it if you don't throw Santa Claus in the middle?
Oh, man, I'm telling you. Very, very cool.
Gotta say hi to people that are driving by, right?
And I got to say, thank you for sharing this secret spot with me.
Yes. Roger Williams is my stomping grounds. That's where I learned how to fly drones right here, right in that same spot.
Really, really cool.
Nine and a half years ago, about.
That'd be a great place for a meetup.
Yeah.
I know.
Like
But anyway, Mark, that is a great video. It really is.
Thank you so much.
I tell you, you picked up the FPV so quickly, you know?
Yeah, but I don't fly manual. You know, I don't fly manual. I don't. You know, I will at
Hey,
some
Brad,
point.
how you doing, Brad?
And you know, I just don't want anybody.
Leonard,
but, you know,
how you doing?
what I'm flying is the Avada, and I don't think the Avada is really made for the F. I mean, you can fly FPV, but what am I gonna do? Sit there and do flips all day?
Yeah, well, still, but Ron Brown
That's
says
fun.
that's what he calls some nice flying. Yeah, you're right, Ron. So, hey, we got Joe Blaylock.
Thank
in
you,
the house,
Ron. I
too.
appreciate you, man.
How you doing, Joe? Good to see you. Yeah.
Joe, what's going on?
I know. But no, that Roger Williams Park and the Temple of Music, that's a great place to fly.
Hey, Ron, I can give you I can send you a map, Ron. You know, I would love to have you come down to Rhode Island, Ron. We can arrange that.
Hey, we got Brent. How you doing, Brent? Eat more possum?
I'll make a deal with you, Ron. If you come down to Rhode Island, I'll pay for your hotel.
Oh man, I'm telling you, that's a good deal. But listen, I want to show one more view of video, Mark, because we're running out of shot, and this is another good one. Let me tell you, because this is coming all the way from Europe. So
we got foliage coming too.
Yeah, I want to get up there. I really do. I definitely.
We can do a burst where it's going to take a lot of photos at the same time. So these are
What
pretty
happened
typical photo modes that are available on drones these days. Other than
Nope,
the
nope, this is the wrong
AEB7,
video,
I don't
guys.
think I
But
see
anyway,
Wrong one.
Pilot
this
Institute
in
put
here.
some good ones too.
Now,
But now what happened to the other video? I don't
What
understand.
happened to the other video?
Man, I'm telling you.
Wait a
I
minute.
can't figure that out.
Let me check my bottle to see if you've been
Yeah.
drinking.
But anyway,
Let me check to see if you've been drinking out of my bottle.
no, it's right there. And again, it's operator error here. But I'll never be
It
able
was
to
right.
find it
It was
again
right
now.
there when I seen it.
I know. I'm telling you. But anyway, it was Gosport aerial photography. He put up a great video, and he was going to allow me to show it. But I'll show it next week. I will.
Next week.
But I tell you, the time flies by. The hour is just about gone.
Yeah. Just
And we
about
got
gone.
Pilot Institute goes on at 7 o'clock sometimes right after
Really?
me with a Q&A now. Greg does a
Wait,
Q&A.
what
And Robbie,
wasn't
Travel Tech 360, he does a show also at 7 o'clock.
at 7
Or
o'clock?
it might be Duranify's turn because they take turns
Oh, so they
every other
switch
week.
off.
But Monday night is a busy night because then 8
Monday
o'clock
night is. And how
you
about
got the
that
grumpy
Wednesday
blogger.
how about Wednesday when they had that conflict where these guys are from the UK and
I
Bob
know
Dempsey
that was Gosport. Yeah, same time, but it's on
yeah,
at night.
who's it?
At night
Backpack
in
Backpack
England.
Jack,
Yep.
and they're at
Yeah.
night.
But they have a
Yeah,
great show.
but
They
they
got
have a good show. They have a really good show. I tune in once in a while, and they have a nice show. Yep.
and it's all about supporting each other anyway.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and before I continue to say our goodbyes, we got to do the monthly giveaway contest, and that's why
Yeah,
people are putting in their numbers. So stop putting them in right now.
you only
Give it a
got
little
3
break,
minutes.
and then we're gonna start it.
You
And
only got
Mark,
3.
you're eligible too.
Well, I
So
can't. Can I just?
so all right. So anyway, we're gonna start it now. All these numbers
Put
after
your
we're
numbers in,
starting
guys.
now. 1 to 50. Put your lucky number in. I have it written down here. And you can't type or anything,
And,
Mark. So
and we're,
every
we're,
five
we're
or
raffling
10
off a
seconds,
new camera. No, I'm just joking.
you can put in your guess too, Mark.
Yeah, I can't because I can't type in.
No, you could say it. I'll let you say
Oh,
it.
I could say one
But once
guess.
every 10 seconds.
But
But anyway, it's too late. Too late. Somebody's got it.
somebody got it. Yeah, of course. I never win.
Somebody got it, and hopefully this
My
is the
goodness.
first
And
one
I've
who
been
got
wanting to
it.
go on a cruise too.
But Dusty
Oh, was
got
it for
it.
a cruise?
It was
Was it
number
for-
25. Dusty East Coast Thrills got it. So his name's going to
Dusty.
go in
Dusty, can I go on the cruise with you, Dusty?
for the monthly giveaway. But anyway, it's always fun to do this, really. So
I'm gonna show up to that cruise and I'm gonna say I'm Rusty. Nope, sorry, the guy's name was.
anyway,
Dusty.
his name's going to go in the hat. I got the names in there right now.
Oh wait, is it for a
already.
raffle?
Yeah, for the end of the month raffle, the monthly giveaway. So
Oh,
yeah.
well, I wouldn't have won
It's a
anything
$10
tonight.
Amazon card.
It's
You
for
could
an
have won a
Amazon
lot with
card.
that.
Well, I better tune in next
So
week and then try to get that number. Could
I
you
know.
give me?
I know.
Could you give me the number for next week?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
All right.
Offline though. I'll call you and tell you. and I'm sure Warren said rigged. Yep, there it is. I see
There
it.
it is.
Rigged.
Who says that, Warren?
Warren Aki Rusho. So anyway, guys,
They're
it's all
all
about
rigged, huh,
having
Warren?
fun. But listen, don't forget to watch all the drone shows tonight. Don't forget to watch the Fly for Fun show on Wednesday night with me and Johnny. And again, it comes down to you guys watching the shows that makes our show successful, really. And guys like Mark. Mark, thank you so much for being on the show tonight.
It's a pleasure,
You were an
Captain.
awesome guest as usual.
Thank you so much. It was a
So
pleasure.
now it's time for your closing thoughts and anything you want to promote.
My closing. Well, I just like you said, watch these shows, support these guys, and then what I said in the beginning of the show, like, you're in these drone groups, help those guys out, man. Like, let's, give them some likes, put a comment, even if it's corrective. What do they call that? Criticism, you know.
Right.
And if you don't want to do it right there, just inbox the guy and say, "Hey, I know a better way you can do da 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 da." You know, like it goes a long way. Some people take it to heart when you don't, you know.
I know. I know. I love it when I get a comment.
Yeah, it's a good thing, man.
And I try to respond. Most of the
That's
time,
why
I
we
do
join the
respond.
groups. That's
Yeah,
why we join the groups. That's why we're in a group. We're in a group to inspire each other. We're in a group to help one
help
another.
each other.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're scrolling through it, you got enough time. If you're on that group and you're scrolling through it, you got enough time to just like it or just say a little something, even if you just like it. And if you
Exactly.
don't like it, just like it.
Yeah, I know. I know. But thanks again,
It's
Mark, for
it's
being
not gonna
on.
hurt you.
And thank you all in the chat for watching. Um, and just remember,
Yeah,
get out there,
thanks everyone.
fly for fun, but most importantly, fly safely. So, Mark and I are going to go in the back room and continue eating that shrimp and lobster.